So as you can see after the game, Caitlin Clark and Sophie are both running up to the referee here. They are both so upset, and the referee is just walking away from them. He won't even look at them in the face. He keeps turning, like Sophie even went up at one point and is like tapping on his arm. He would not even look at them.
The Indiana Fever had their biggest game yet. A sold-out crowd, playoff energy, and Caitlin Clark facing off against the defending champions. It should have been a WNBA highlight reel, but instead, it turned into a referee fiasco. Caitlin Clark got hacked, Lexie Hull was hit with a phantom foul, and the refs looked like they were handing New York the win. Fans weren't just confused, they were furious. Even Coach Stephanie White said she'd had enough, and Caitlin didn't hold back either. This wasn't just a one-off bad night, it's a trend, a real issue, and it's damaging the league's credibility. And now, things have escalated. In a stunning move, the WNBA has suspended Commissioner Cathy Engelbert, yes, the commissioner, after internal reports claimed she failed to act on rising officiating complaints and ignored pressure from players, coaches, and fans. It's the first time in league history something like this has happened, and honestly, no one's shocked anymore. What's more, rumors say some owners and league execs had been quietly pushing for her ouster for weeks, especially after stars like Caitlin Clark and their coaches began speaking out. Some believe this goes beyond just bad refereeing. This was about protecting the league's image, and Cathy became the fall person. So stick with us. We're breaking down every missed call, every moment of chaos, and why the WNBA must fix this mess fast before losing the fans they just earned. Let's get into it.
They've done a great job of rigging this. They've done a great job of rigging this league. The league, they're not even being subtle. They're not even being subtle. Oh my God, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing.
Let's not sugarcoat it. People are calling this league rigged, and they're not being subtle about it either. From the moment the Indiana Fever stepped onto the court, something felt wrong. This wasn't just an ordinary home game. It felt like a playoff showdown. The crowd in Indianapolis was electric, the stars were out, and the energy was unmatched. But while the Fever showed up to compete, it felt like the referees showed up to sabotage. Caitlin Clark got hacked repeatedly with no whistles, and Lexie Hull played perfect defense, only to get called for a foul that simply didn't happen.
The fact that this referee wouldn't even acknowledge the players was kind of crazy to me. Like when I saw that, I said, this is really strange because the referee should have enough confidence in the calls that they made to at least discuss. You should be able to at least discuss.
Meanwhile, the Liberty were living at the free throw line, and this is becoming a trend, not an isolated case. So let me ask you, if you watch this game live, did it feel fair to you? This didn't start last night. From the moment Caitlin Clark entered the league, the physicality has been off the charts. Players have been bumping her, grabbing her, even blindsiding her away from the ball, and the refs have stayed quiet. Remember Kennedy Carter's off-ball hit? That wasn't just cheap, it was dangerous. Yet the refs called it a common foul. No flagrant, no technical, just another play. And it's not just Clark. Whistle after whistle keeps going against the entire Fever team.
I can't believe what I'm about to say. The Indiana Fever, with the strongest, loudest, most intimidating home court advantage in all the WNBA, just got robbed at home. I saw it with my own two eyes live on CB.
Want the numbers? Here you go. The Fever are currently -31 in free throw differential this season. That's not a typo. That's a crisis. Now back to the Liberty game. This matchup had everything. Caitlin Clark threading dimes to Aaliyah Boston, Lexie Hull locking in on defense, highlight plays, and wild momentum swings. It had all the makings of an instant classic. But what did? We get instead referee drama. The Liberty took 32 free throws, while the Fever only got 15. That's more than double. In a close game, that's not just a stat. It's a game changer. And it wasn't just the number, it was the type of calls. New York got soft touch whistles, while the Fever took full contact with no calls. 2 teams, 2 rule books. Caitlin Clark was being shoved off her spot, and on the final play she got mauled. 4 separate fouls, not 1 whistle. Imagine that happening to LeBron or Steph in a clutch playoff game. Just disappointing.
disappointing, that it doesn't go both ways, or it hasn't gone both ways. But we also can't allow that to consume us, right? Like, we've got to be able to play through that. We've got to be able to control the things that we can control. I felt like at times our late game execution was good, and I consider most of the latter half of the fourth quarter, because it was a tight ball.
That brings us to Coach Stephanie White. After the game, she didn't hold back. She came out swinging in the post-game press conference. A -31 free throw discrepancy, and we're attacking the rim? The disrespect has been unreal. That's not just frustration, that's fury. And it's been building for weeks. Stephanie White's message wasn't just aimed at the refs. It was for her players too. She let them know she's got their backs, that she sees what's happening, and that she won't let it continue unchecked. That kind of leadership matters, especially for a young squad still carving out its identity. Now let's talk about Caitlin. She didn't go scorched earth on the officials, but her body language told the story. Disbelief in her eyes, frustration in her voice, exhaustion in her tone. And Aaliyah Boston? She went with the classic no comment. But if you've been watching, you know silence can speak louder than words. Now here's where it gets wild. The WNBA has reportedly suspended Commissioner Cathy Engelbert. Yes, you read that right. The league's top boss, gone. Why? Internal reports claim she ignored mounting complaints about officiating. Players were frustrated, coaches were furious, fans were fed up. But wait, there's more. Rumors say certain owners were working behind the scenes to get her removed. And when stars like Caitlin Clark began speaking out publicly, it sealed the deal. Some believe Engelbert was made a scapegoat. Others say her removal was long overdue. Either way, this marks the WNBA's most dramatic shakeup in years. Here's the bottom line. The league is at a crossroads. The WNBA is finally breaking through. Attendance is up, ratings are climbing, and Caitlin Clark alone has brought millions of new eyes to the sport. But what are those fans seeing? Missed calls, biased refs, games that don't feel fair, and fans aren't clueless. They know basketball. They know a foul when they see one. And they won't stick around if it starts feeling rigged.
Another year and another case of WNBA referees dropping the ball, not making the right calls when it comes to Caitlin.
The WNBA had a golden opportunity to turn casual fans into diehards, but with every missed call, they're pushing people away. So let me ask you, would you keep watching? A league that won't protect its stars? It's time for the league to get serious. This isn't just about cleaning up the officiating. It's about protecting the integrity of the game, about ensuring that every player, no matter how big their name, gets treated fairly. Because here's the hard truth. If the league loses, Caitlin Clark's fan base, they're not getting another shot like this. The Fever have done their part. Their players are battling, their coach is speaking up, the fans are showing up. Now it's the league's turn to step up. So what really happened with Cathy Engelbert? At first glance, the league claimed she made a bold move by suspending the referees after reviewing footage from that wild Liberty versus Fever game. The official explanation? Accountability, maintaining the league's integrity. That's what they said in public. But behind the scenes, it's a whole different story, and way more interesting. Multiple league insiders say that same night, Engelbert was privately asked to resign by top WNBA executives. And here's the wild part. This wasn't about one game or a few bad calls. The pressure had been mounting for months. Why? The biggest reason, accusations of bias, specifically favoritism toward the New York Liberty. And this isn't fan conspiracy, it's coming from people inside the league. Let's rewind to last year's WNBA Finals. The Liberty won a tight series over the Minnesota Lynx, but what fans still talk about isn't the game. It's what happened after. Cathy Engelbert walked onto the court wearing a dress in Liberty colors. Fans watching at home were like, wait, what? That moment, her smiling, handing over the trophy in blue and black, went viral. People said it looked like she was part of the team. Then, with controversial late-game calls helping the Liberty secure the win, that image aged poorly. Was it just a fashion choice? Maybe. But to fans who already thought the league favored New York's super team, it felt like proof. That trophy ceremony planted seeds of doubt. And since then, every sketchy call favoring the Liberty only made it worse. That latest game against Indiana? It broke the dam. Missed whistles, uneven free throws, it all felt too obvious. And when the league suspended the refs only after fans went nuclear on social media, it looked like damage control. Sources say the NBA execs and owners had already been worried, and now with Caitlin Clark drawing millions of new viewers, the stakes were too high. They had to send a message. Engelbert became that message, the scapegoat. What started as a referee suspension ended with the commissioner being quietly pushed out. Why? Because the league finally realized this wasn't just about basketball, it's about optics, trust, fairness. And in 2025, with the sports world watching, the WNBA couldn't afford another scandal on her watch. Let's be honest, would this have happened if Caitlin Clark weren't in the league? Probably not. Caitlin isn't just changing the game, she's changing how the league runs. Her presence brought massive audiences, big-time TV deals, packed arenas, and sky-high expectations. That also means every bad call becomes a national moment. That Liberty versus Fever game? It wasn't just a tough loss. It was a full-blown PR disaster. So what did the league do? They hit the panic button, suspended refs, silenced critics, and maybe reluctantly showed Engelbert the door. Because if Clark's fans stop believing in the fairness of this league, they'll walk. And with them goes the biggest momentum the WNBA has ever seen. So now I ask you, did the WNBA make the right call, or did they just show us how broken it all really is? What do you think? Are the refs just that bad, or is there something deeper here? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Should the league do a complete officiating overhaul, or is this just early season chaos? And if you made it this far, drop a comment, because you're exactly who this is for. Thanks for watching, and trust me, this isn't the end of the story. See you in the next one.